We here, we here. Welcome to the Solo Ant Show. And once again, it's just me by myself, Inspectah Ant. And once again, we'll be previewing the NFL season. We're now in week number 5. So we already passed the quarter pole as we now enter month 2 of the NFL season. Things blown by fast, real fast. So as we do every week, I'm gonna give you my picks and predictions. Go over everybody that's playing. It was actually a pretty good week for me, even though I did lose out because I foolishly took Washington to beat New York. I was wrong about that. I thought Case Keenum could play better. Ended up getting benched. And then we found out Dwayne Haskins is not even ready to play yet. So all hell is breaking loose in DC. And Jay Gruden might even get fired. So we'll see. Might even get fired by the end of this show. So let's get to the nitty gritty. Stop bullshitting. Let's get straight to it. We'll start off with the Thursday night game. We got the LA Rams, who lost a heartbreaker. Well, I won't say a heartbreaker, but it was a shocking loss. Like, yeah, Tampa just came out and took them to the woodshed. And then Seattle coming off a win over Arizona, easy game. Both teams come at 3-1. This is a huge game for both teams. Divisional rivalry. LA's had Seattle's number for years now. Even when the Rams are terrible in St. Louis, like they still always beat Seattle every year. Even when Seattle was winning Super Bowls. So I think it's gonna be a close game. Seattle is a 1.5 favorite. I'll take the Rams and the points. It wouldn't surprise me if the Rams win this game. Seattle, even though they're 3-1, they still haven't really played all that well yet. So I'm not really quite sure. But I like LA to win this game, so I'll take them plus the 1.5. All right, next up we have the Jacksonville Jaguars at the Carolina Panthers, and in the Expansion Bowl, both teams making their NFL debut in 1995. Carolina are actually 4-point favorites. You know what? I like Carolina at home. I think Carolina gets it done. I know Gardner Minshew's been playing well. Jacksonville's been playing well. But Carolina, they seem to be playing well too. They seem to be, playing for what's his name? Kyle Allen. Well, I like Carolina at home. I give them a slight edge. All right. Arizona at Cincinnati. Cincinnati is 3-point favorites to get their first win. Both teams are winless. One of these teams will get their first win. And I'm agreeing with Vegas. I think Cincinnati will get it done. All right, next up we have Houston hosting Atlanta. Atlanta this far is probably one of the most disappointing teams at 1-3. Houston 2-2. They've been pretty inconsistent. They've been consistent at being inconsistent. But I think I like Houston to win this game. As far as betting is concerned, I'll take Atlanta +5. Even though that might bite me in the ass. Speaking of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, we have the 2-2 Buccaneers versus the 3-1 New Orleans Saints. Both teams playing for first place. Tampa Bay obviously got this shocking win over LA. New Orleans got the huge win over Dallas. Um, they're now 2-0 now with Teddy Bridgewater. I like New Orleans at home to win this game. Um, and I think this will be close, so I'll take Tampa Bay plus the 3.5. I can see them covering the spread, but I like New Orleans to win this game. Next up, we have the Minnesota Vikings and the New York Giants. Mr. Apologetic, Kirk Cousins, who's been playing like ass this year, taking on Danny Dimes, the New York Giants. Minnesota's 5.5 favorites. I actually like the Giants to win this game in the upset. Minnesota has a lot of shit going on. Looks like Adam Thielen's mad at Kirk Cousins. Stephon Diggs may or may not get traded. So a bunch of shit going on over there in Minnesota. Excuse me. It's because I think the Giants could pull off this upset and get their third win in a row. Dan Jones will go 3-0 as a starter. Next up, you have the Chicago Bears at the Oakland Las Vegas Raiders. This game will be played in London. Bears 5.5-point favorites. Khalil Mack gets to face his former team. The worst thing that happened to the NFL happened, which is Mitch Trubisky got hurt. Because now Chicago might actually have a competent quarterback with Chase Daniel. So I like the Bears and that defense against that Raiders team. I think Derek Carr is going to have Khalil Mack all up on his ass all day long. And I can see Chicago win this game by double digits. Next, we have the New York Jets versus the Philadelphia Eagles. Eagles coming as 2-touchdown favorites. I don't see them win this game by 2 touchdowns, but I do think they will win. Rumor has it Sam Darnold could play in this game, so we'll see how that goes. Alright, sorry about that. So where were we? Yes, I think the Eagles will beat the Jets. If Sam Darnold plays, I can see them covering the spread. If it's Luke Falk again, they have no chance. But I still think Philly will win, and they'll prove the 3-2. Next up, you have the Baltimore Ravens and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Baltimore's lost 2 straight. Pittsburgh 1-3. And despite the slow start, Pittsburgh is right in the thick of things. They're just one game behind Baltimore and Cleveland for first place in the North. With that being said, though, I think Baltimore will get back on track. They'll beat Pittsburgh. They'll win this game. But it's a rivalry game, so I do expect it to be very close. All right, next up, we have the Buffalo Bills versus the Tennessee Titans. Tennessee comes in as 3-point favorites. Again, it all depends on the quarterback. If Josh Allen plays, I like Buffalo's chances. If he doesn't play and it's Matt Barkley, I say Tennessee wins. Now, Tennessee is 3-point favorites to win this game. And Tennessee, you just never know what you're going to get. Now, I really like Marcus Mariota, but I do have to admit he has been pretty inconsistent throughout his career. He had a great game last week against Atlanta. Hopefully that can carry over this week. We'll see. But like I said, it depends on the quarterback. But if I had to put my feet to the fire. I think I like Tennessee at home to win this game. They improved to 3-2. Buffalo drops uh, to 3-2. So they'll both come out of this with the same record. All right, next up we have the New England Patriots versus the Washington Redskins. I'll keep this short and simple. New England wins. Let's move on. All right, next up we have the Denver Broncos versus the Los Angeles Chargers. Broncos keep finding new ways to lose. Um, the Broncos had a weird season. They're 0-4, but if you look at their games, they could easily be 3-1. So, and then the Chargers doing Chargers things. It's, September and October. They're a team that normally gets their shit together later in the season, but they're 2-2 right now. I see them beating Denver, prove to 3-2, and Denver drops to 0-5. And like I said last week, it might come time to just play Drew Falk. Like, they're not. Why not? I mean, not Drew Falk, Drew Lock. Sorry, but yeah, like why not? You're not going anywhere. You're not making playoffs. Joe Flacco's the long-term answer anyway. Just go with the kid. All right, now we have the America's Game of the Week: Green Bay Packers versus the Dallas Cowboys. Cowboys come in as 3.5-point favorites. I like Green Bay to win this game. I don't know. This might be a tricky game. Aaron Rodgers played lights out last week. We'll see that continues this week against the Dallas Cowboys. Straight tough Dallas defense. Green Bay, as great as their defense has been playing, the one weakness is that they can't stop the run. And the one thing we know Dallas likes to do is run the football. So I expect a lot of Zeke. I expect it to be a close game. But Aaron Rodgers, normally plays well against his Dallas team and his Dallas defense. I think I heard something like he was 6-2 overall in his career against the Cowboys. I have a feeling he'll make it 7-2 at the end of this week. I have the Packers winning, so therefore I have them covering the 3.5, and I like Green Bay. Sunday Night Football, you have the Indianapolis Colts at 2-2 at the Kansas City Chiefs at 4-0. Kansas City, one of 3 undefeated teams. I think they stay undefeated. I like Kansas City at home. Indy, they've played well without Andrew Luck. Jacob said doing his thing, but I just think Kansas City just has too many weapons. They're just a better team. And then Monday Night Football, you have the overhyped Cleveland Browns taking on the undefeated San Francisco 49ers. 49ers 3.5-point favorites. They're coming off a bye. Cleveland traveling out west. I like the 49ers. I think the 49ers win, prove the 4-0, and yeah, that's it. Cleveland drops to 2-3. So there you have it. Another short NFL Week 5 preview, predictions, whatever. Once again, you can find us on Specker, Stitcher, Spotify, iTunes, Castbox, Google Podcast, TuneIn. God, am I missing anything? We're on plenty of platforms. Plenty. Too many, obviously, for me to count. Let's see, that's it. There we go. Yeah, so you can find the Speaker, Spotify, iTunes, iHeartRadio, Google Podcast, and Castbox, TuneIn, and Stitcher. As far as social media, you can find us on Facebook. Just search for Solo Ant. Me personally, you'll find me on Twitter at Inspectah Ant, and on Instagram also at Inspectah Ant. And so we will see you on Saturday. Romeo and Efren will be back. So no more solo shows for me. In the meantime, we'll see you same solo ant time, same solo ant channel. Peace.